ready to settle down. I'm ready to buy a house, and I'm ready.
Add it up to here. I made the choice today. See, one of us will be leaving right now.
You go like this. I've been sent to save your day, and things won't be the same. No, let's get this party jumping. This song will wild out in the clubbing. Oh, my lady.
The spotlights over Times Square had barely cooled from Y2K when Cynthia Lil Mo Loving shot onto the scene with that razor-sharp hook on Missy Elliott's Hot Boys. She was 21, 4'11", and already singing like someone too stubborn to be ignored. Within months, she was belting Put It On Me next to a then-unknown Fabulous, and the industry crowned her the pint-sized powerhouse who could hand out platinum choruses for breakfast. Everything about her rise screamed invincible until a single blood-slick night in San Francisco proved that even superheroes can crack. No one in the backstage corridor saw the champagne bottle swing. 1 second Mo was thanking fans. The next, her skull split under the thick glass. 20 stitches, concussion, show dates canceled. The assailant vanished into the crowd. The reward poster gathered dust. And Mo learned fame's first brutal lesson. Cameras flash only for the victories. The violence happens off-frame. Bedridden and dizzy, she tried turning heartache into R&B gold with her sophomore album, Meet the Girl Next Door. But Elektra Records, distracted by mergers and new pop darlings, left the project to fend for itself. The singles stalled, and the label's silence sounded a lot like a door slamming shut. Mo packed up her demos and signed to Cash Money, hoping Southern swagger could restart the engine. Then Katrina swallowed the studio, her hard drive, and the comeback she'd wagered her savings on. While label politics drilled holes in her career, home life felt like a fuse burning toward dynamite. 5 months after meeting Gus Stone at a gas station, she walked down the aisle. The honeymoon glow dimmed fast. Fights, jealousy, and finances that bled red ink. By 2005, she filed for divorce, wondering how forever morphed into never again. Before their first anniversary photo even faded, the professional shoves kept coming. Mo accepted a hosting gig on 106 in Park, her chance to stay visible. One afternoon, she shouted out G-Unit into what she thought was a dead mic. Murder Inc. heard it live. Ja Rule's camp, then in a scorched earth feud with 50 Cent, labeled her a traitor. Ja vented on Loose Chain, crowning Mo an enemy next to Eminem and Busta. She punched back with a diss of her own, then marched to court demanding $15 million in unpaid royalties for Put It On Me and I Cry. Settlements dragged for years. Radio programmers, terrified of Crossfire, quietly yanked her features from playlists. Her voice, once unavoidable, started slipping through the cracks. Isolation bred coping mechanisms, and Mo chose the tiny pastel pills doctors hand out like consolation prizes: Percocet for the migraine, Adderall for the exhaustion, Oxy when both stopped working. She told herself she wasn't chasing a high, just building a bulletproof vest against more disappointment. But bulletproof vests get heavy. By 2017, she could headline a club show in Miami, hit whistle note, banter with fans, and not remember the set list an hour later. Functioning addict became her secret job title. Rock bottom showed up wearing boxing gloves. Literally. In 2014, Mo married undefeated welterweight Karl Dargan. Trading choir stands for championship ring. Within months, cheating rumors surfaced, followed by police reports of domestic explosions. One argument ended with Dargan spitting on her in front of their kids. Another saw hot coffee hurled across the kitchen. When she confronted him on marriage boot camp, the audience gasped at the footage, and she finally heard what the world had been screaming: leave. Mo walked, but the pills came with her. It took a desperate family intervention, her own sister hiding every prescription and locking Mo in a basement guest room to force detox. Day 3 without opioids felt like her muscles were peeling from bone. Day 9, she prayed for numbness, then realized the pain meant she was still alive. By New Year's 2020, she posted an Instagram selfie, hijab framing tired eyes, caption reading, 9 months clean. queen. Fans flooded her DMs with heart emoji. Haters rolled theirs at the sudden faith shift. Mo just thanked Allah for a silence in her head she hadn't felt since childhood. Conversion stories make catchy headlines, but Mo's devotion wasn't a publicity prop. Islam, she said, taught me patience when the industry taught me panic. Fridays replaced club seats with masjid prayer rugs. Stage costumes gave way to modest raps. She still hit the studio. Music was oxygen. But now sessions started after Fajr and ended before school pickup duty. Mom first, she laughed in a 2024 podcast, Diva second. The diva, however, had plenty left to say. Her memoir, Taming Lil Mo, spilled tales the blogs never caught. A threesome that revealed her husband's serial cheating. Label execs telling her to drop 30 pounds or lose her deal. Producers demanding she swap gospel lyrics for something nastier if you want radio. The rawness split readers. Some applauded the honesty. Others accused her of exploiting trauma for clicks. Mo shrugged. If transparency scares you, cover your eyes. Transparency extended to loyalty. When longtime friend Fabulous faced domestic violence accusations, most peers sprinted to safe PR distance. Mo stayed. I don't kick folks when they're down, she tweeted, sparking a backlash that threatened to eclipse her sobriety victory lap. Sponsors pulled tentative offers. Streaming playlists paused her catalog, and yet she doubled down on every interview. Friendship ain't conditional. The stance cost her booking, but cemented her reputation for fearlessness, admirable or reckless depending on which shade of Twitter you ask. Career momentum twitched again when independent single Broken Heart hit DSPs in 2021, equal parts confession booth and war cry. Bloggers noted the vocal grit, radio gatekeepers noticed the streaming numbers, and Mo seized the moment to tease Savage Heart, an album she swore would land when God says so. Production leaks hint at dark soul guitars, gospel choir refrains, and one surprise feature that has Reddit detectives losing sleep. Meanwhile, she turned the mic outward with the Lil Mo Show podcast, sporadic, unfiltered, and occasionally recorded in her minivan between Target runs. Episodes cover addiction myth, co-parenting with an ex-boxer, and industry secrets she promises no lawyer can muzzle. When fans beg for weekly drops, she laughs. I'm saving some stories for the Netflix deal. Still, the most compelling chapter is the quiet one. Mo in suburban Maryland, 5 kids at the breakfast table, Quran recitations echoing down the hall, studio headphones dangling from a doorknob, proof a life can hold contradictions without collapsing. She's the same voice that once cracked Billboard's top 20, yet utterly different. Softer edges, sharper boundaries. Does that guarantee chart revival? It guarantees something rarer. A woman who already survived the worst YouTube comment section life could design and kept singing anyway. The champagne scar still hides beneath her hairline, court papers from that $15 million lawsuit yellow in a storage box. But the new music, the faith, the sobriety, that's fresh ink. So the real cliffhanger isn't whether Lil Mo will reclaim superstardom. It's whether the world is finally ready to hear a comeback story that refuses to erase the messy verses. Because if you strip away the headlines, what's left is simple. A once unstoppable hook queen who discovered her greatest feature was endurance, and the hook she's writing now isn't for anyone else's song. It's the chorus to her own, still unfinished anthem. Stay tuned. The next note drops sooner than you think.